Because if we fuck up, it'll be funnier anyway, so let's just go in.
Let's do it. 1, 2, 3. Well, like
a cast broad.
Okay, no.
Fucking hell. Alright, no, do it again. Okay.
Yeah, okay. 1, 2, 3.
Well, I cast broad, then I broadcast again. I'll never stop casting broad. Last week we talked about kids. This week we're drinking
with Tom and Matt.
With Tom and Matt.
Yeehaw. Now, how is that for an intro?
I'm Matt.
And I'm Tom.
And how is that for an intro?
I think the best ever.
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone's monitoring this or measuring it, but I feel like world's best intro to a podcast.
The funny thing though is I don't know what we're around. The funny thing is though, that in a way it was actually kind of shit because we did get it off time at a few times then, but we're not going to do it a million times until we get it perfect.
No,
because this is the drunk episode, so we have to have.
We need to do that.
Some not organised shit in there,
and that shows we're not rehearsing.
Yeah,
it's honest. But this week, point of difference, we're both singing it.
We are both singing it.
Anybody who's listened to any other episode of Casting Broad will notice that it's not only Tom singing it, it's also you.
Yeah, it's a bit of point of difference. We're not saying we're going to do that every week. Sometimes
I'm hoping we will, though. I think.
Well, I mean, I think we do it when it suits, and we don't do it when it doesn't, kind of thing.
Okay.
But this week we are talking about drinking, and you can probably tell, not just from the intro, but from the cadence in our voices,
possibly, that
we're drinking.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna announce, even though we do have the possibility of splitting it into two, our basic concept is to have the first half of the show about drinking, and then the second half about hangovers. And it won't just be theory. The first half is going to be us a bit sloshed, and then the second half is going to be us hungover. We're going to record it over 2 days.
This is the plan.
Now, if we get some gold out of these enough that it fills up, say, about 40 minutes of actual raw material each way.
Quick question.
Yep.
Does anyone need to know this?
We're probably going to cut this, aren't we?
Yeah, maybe.
Shall we just restart the intro?
No, I think roll with this.
Okay, roll with this. Yeah. Well, yeah, okay, so yeah, this is our concept, right? This is our concept. That the next half of this is going to be hungover.
Yeah.
So, drinking and hungover.
First part, drunk. Second part, hung. And throwing to regular features. Usually we do Department of Corrections on the show.
It's a regular feature.
Yeah, regular. Some would say regular.
Irregular,
some would say
yeah.
irregular. Last week, we didn't do it. We caught the golden snitch. We played the perfect game. I don't have anything to apologise for.
No, that's not true. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, last week we did do it, but last week we don't have anything to apologise for. Yeah, sorry, that's true.
Maybe we should start again. Should we start again?
No, let's keep going.
Okay.
Let's keep going. This is part of the... We're not going to, edit this to sound perfect, because it's not supposed to sound perfect, because we're drunk.
It's not going to.
So, it's all good.
Definitely
it's not going to sound perfect.
Okay.
Yeah, no corrections this week.
So the gun to your head, which you have to fuck a child, which child are you fucking? Nothing to apologise there on your behalf?
No, I think it was good.
And also me saying Chinese burn, totally okay.
Yep, absolutely fine. No, that was a great answer on your behalf. Chinese burn it because the reason I lightning rounded you with that is because when a kid is trying to hold something from you and you need to it's I can't punch him in the face and there's no parent and what the hell do I do? Do I let him just get away with my position? But you come up with the perfect thing. You just light corporal punishment.
I think part of it was me and my brother growing up, we would fight a lot. Or not a lot by most people's standards, but a lot by I don't know. We fought a lot, but there would be it's almost like an anti-monkey fighting style. We would never go for the balls, and we would never go for the face.
Oh, like men of honor or children of honor, yeah.
It's the opposite of a chimpanzee. Mm-hmm. Never go for the face, never go for the balls. Chinese burn, totally okay.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. It's a way of inflicting just enough pain to make someone go, uncle, uncle, but you're not actually assaulting them, which is why it's the perfect adult-on-child violence, because it's not actual violence. It's just get them enough pain that they give up, and then
that is something that you could definitely take out of context. Just you saying, now that is the perfect adult on child violence.
Yeah. Well, the good thing about that, Tom, is that we're not famous. We're way away from someone doing that kind of thing.
Well, this is when we can get away with those kinds of things.
Now, going on to this week's topic.
This is what people care about. This is what people are sitting on the edge of their seats, clutching their popcorn. Don't know why popcorn, but clutching their snack of choice. Might be a little bit of jerky, could be a muesli bar. Tuning in right now, loving this, thinking, right, what are these guys going to talk about this week? It's going to be drinking.
It is. And you may notice that we sound a little more inebriated or less polished than usual. But when I say we...
Do you know what's amazing?
Go on.
Already recapping. We've already established that we're drinking and that we're drunk, and we're already recapping.
On course. You may think that you may notice that we sound a little bit less calibrated than normal. But when I say we, I mean me. Because Tom has this thing, right?
What's my thing?
Well, we both got a little bit toasted before this, right? When I say we both got a little bit toasted, we both drank the exact same amount. The exact same amount. We're both on 6 beers right now.
We're 6 beers deep, so you got to understand.
And that's like, when I, like...
You sound exasperated.
I'm just struggling.
Say what you want to say.
I'm just struggling with words. But like when you say 6 beers, it could be like 6 beers over 6 hours. No, this is like 6 beers over like 2 and a bit hours. But I sound, I think, noticeably more drunk than you.
Yeah.
But I would posit that I am not much more drunk than you. Maybe a little bit. Maybe I don't handle my alcohol quite as well as you. But Tom has a weird thing where your drunkenness just does not come across in your voice.
I feel like I'm at my own funeral. Like you're talking about me in third person. You're doing, like, you're up you're at the podium and you're like, Tom had a weird thing where he could drink a lot and nobody knew he was drinking a lot. I feel like I'm not in the room with you right now.
Imagine your mother just like sitting there in the pew, like watching me giving that sermon or whatever, eulogy I should say.
I'll say no, I'd take it.
But she wouldn't. She'd be like,
you, sir.
Out of all the things this man could say, he came up and talked about how my boy could, like... But no, I won't even say he could handle his drink, because it's not about that. So,
no,
like...
It's beyond that.
Just for context, right? A couple of weeks ago, we were at one of our classmates' party, Jora's party, is her name.
Yep.
And I was chatting with Tom, and you were just like... Oh yeah, man! Like he is now, right? Just like,
and I have no memory of this. I don't know. I can't remember this at all.
Precisely, this isn't about handling alcohol necessarily. It's about outward appearance. We're just chatting, and you were just normal, and then literally 15 minutes later, you were just spewing up into a pan that had been given to you because you were fucking past the point of no return. You were at the point where most people would have been like, motherfucker, I'm drinking this, get ready. But you were just like, yeah, I'm Tom. And it's,
but, see, the thing is that's the duck on the water syndrome. Like, on the surface, appears completely calm. Under the water, the feet are flapping like no other, just getting them around. Like, what? Like, I don't know, like, because at that point, like, when I'm in a blackout drunk, and you're just kind of, this is stealing from a John Mulaney bit where he's talking about when he gets blackout drunk, whereas, like, your mind shuts down, but your body gets all eye of the tiger. Like, it's exactly that for me, where I have no recollection of what I do, but I hear from people like you. And it was also the first time for me that it was a bit of an eye-opener, because that was the first time I was in that blackout drunk state and somebody filmed me. And I wasn't
aware of that.
So look, there was like a couple of Snapchats that happened, and I'd never seen this before, because I have memories of me being blackout drunk, and like whenever I'm remembering, I'm like, oh God, I was the worst human being ever to have existed. Why is anybody friends with me? Why do I get up in the morning? That's why I drink, was like my general thought process until I saw this video footage, and it was literally that. Vomiting into a saucepan, and then coming up, and then being like perfect
normal,
diction, completely normal, like a guy just going for a job
interview.
interview.
To be throwing up in the saucepan. It really is bad that I'm doing this. Yeah,
that's my trouble with drinking, because I don't get punished apparently. Because even when I get that way,
you're just
I'm still okay.
Yeah,
I'm still okay.
It is weird. Would you prefer to be, I guess, normal like me in the sense that it starts to affect your speech and everything, or do you like your kind of natural hidden talent?
I think I like it because I can get that way, and then the next day, the only person I've hurt is myself because I'm super hungover. But everybody else around me is like, no, he was cool, man. He was having a fun time. Like, I'm not saying like nasty, vile things or like
nasty, vile things. I mean, I think I'm quite good with that. I don't generally say nasty things. I say embarrassing things.
Yeah.
Like I might overshare a little bit, or I might say something that could be perceived as really rude, but it's meant in a nice way. But do you find a lot of people come out with really mean things when they're
they
drunk?
do. Some people like
I know it's a thing. I just
they
don't know
kind of
people.
turn
Like
dark. It's weird when they do that. Like, you be hanging out with people, like having like nice little drink situation, putting on some tunes, people listening to music, maybe playing a little board game, whatever you do to enjoy yourself on a night. And then there's this moment where like there's some catalyst like in the situation, and then just all of a sudden someone who like you feel like super close to will just say something a little bit off color, like, and it's always super vague at first, like kind of like quite passive aggressive, and then they'll follow through with the thought.
Or maybe someone was like, "Oh, really? What do you mean by that?" But they interpret it as like, "What do you mean by that?"
Yeah,
and so they
that's
start
all it
giving
would
way
take.
more than
Yeah,
is really needed than anyone really intended to get out of them.
yeah.
Yeah.
Anyone out there a problem drinker? I certainly am. I'm gonna wave that card right now. I'm gonna say that I am. I suffer from alcoholism.
Okay. How much do you drink on the average? Well, see, I don't like. So I'm a bit of a problem drinker too.
Yep.
But I don't like things like average night because then you're taking your Friday and averaging it with your Wednesday.
Well,
but on the typical night, I would say, how much do you drink?
On a typical night that I'm drinking,
Yeah.
always too much. It's never. I'm
No,
like,
typical night. Typical night.
on it. So you want the average night?
Let's say you get home, it's a Tuesday, how much are you likely to drink?
Well, if it's a night I'm drinking,
Oh, so you don't drink some nights?
yeah.
Oh,
I only have like
Oh, I'm the problem drinker then here.
no. But what I have is like I either have like none or all.
Right.
I either have none of the drinks or I have all of the drinks.
So how much
That's
do you,
my problem.
How much do you have on the average drinking night then?
The average drinking night is in excess. If it's going to be wine, it's going to be 2 bottles. If it's going to be beers, it's going to be, I'll take at least a dozen to a party, and then I'll finish that dozen, and then I'll be just skeezing around, kind of like, hey,
Right. You're a binge drinker.
yeah.
See,
Time.
I do binge, but I also I would say sometimes once in a blue moon I'll have 2 beers on any given night.
I don't think I've ever had a night in my life where I've had 2 beers.
Well, I sometimes do that. Not like going to a party. I'm talking about a night, as in this is the evening.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
2 beers sometimes. Usually it's 4. Quite often it's 3.
Yeah.
And, then there's Friday when I don't even count. It's Friday, fuck it.
Right enough.
I know, yeah.
Okay, this is interesting because I didn't realize I was a problem drinker until I used to go to Hagley Theatre Company, and it was like a drama course, and we did this thing where they had it was like role playing. And the idea was we come to CPIT, which is now ARA Institute of Canterbury.
ARA Institute of Canterbury. That is the new name. Make sure you remember it.
You better remember it. And we would show up there as drama students, and then the idea was they'll give you a script and be like, your name is Cindy, and you have 5 to 6 glasses of wine every Thursday night, and on Saturday you have 11 glasses of wine, but the rest of the week you don't drink it all. And then you have to remember all the stuff, and so you have to be this character. And then they kind of assess
out of all the notes they could possibly give you on your character.
Well, there's different ones. There's also you're Doug. You have a couple of beers every now and then.
Why are all their characters based around the amount you drink?
This is the exercise.
Okay, all right.
They're like, this is the exercise. The nurses come in, and then they assess whether or not you're an alcoholic and whether or not you need
Oh, I thought it was a drama thing. I'm sorry. Okay, go on.
No, this is the drama students coming to CPIT, which is now ARA Institute of Canterbury.
ARA Institute of Canterbury.
And they would work out is this guy a problem drinker? And they gave us a script, right? And when I showed up, because I'd heard about this, other students would do it. I showed up and I got given a script, and I was reading it, and I was like, well, this is me. This is what I do. Like, I'm not going to need to act at all in the situation. It's like, you don't drink every night, but when you do drink, you have to sort of like a 10 to 20 standards. It was like a big, broad thing, and I was like, okay, I can get into this character pretty easily. This guy seems kind of relatable, you know? Like, why give him a fake name? Why just call this guy Tom? This is me, essentially. And when they were
Why
doing
have you
it,
been watching me?
and then the students would come in, these nursing students, and they'd be like, trying to like be empathetic and like skirt around, like they can't say the words like you have a drinking problem. They cannot do that. But what they can do is be like, okay, have you ever thought about the way you're drinking? And do you ever have moments where you have been drinking on a Thursday, say, and then come Friday you've had to cancel an event because of the way you drank on Thursday? They have to ask questions like that. They can't say like, dude, you need to stop drinking. And it was like, during this process, it was like, it started as me acting, and then kind of realizing like, no, this is just me. I have a drinking problem. And the acting became very real, which probably like, for those students, those like nursing students, probably pretty good. Probably pretty good.
Right.
They probably did really well, because like, oh, this guy's convincing. He's really like, he's nailing the role. He's right in there, method acting.
Whereas internally you're just kind of like,
Yeah, I was thinking like, oh no.
oh, I wish I hadn't done this exercise.
Dude, yeah. It's very revealing for me. It was a fucking bright torchlight shone right on myself.
You know what pisses me off though is the sort of ethos of, if you say, no, my drinking's under control, people go, well, you know, that's exactly what an alcoholic would say.
They will tend to say that.
Which is fair enough, but at the same time, my point is, yeah, and that's exactly what someone who's not an alcoholic would say as well. It's like, oh, you know, I just have, I don't think I'm an alcoholic, I just have one glass of red wine with my meal every night, so I don't think I'm an alcoholic. Well, that's exactly what an alcoholic would say.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is, but I have one fucking glass of wine a night. So what do you do? I'm not saying I'm the person who has one glass a night, but I think at some point you do have the right to say, well, you know, I'm not.
I think so.
You know,
I think, and maybe this is just like me justifying the habit, but it's also like maybe take into account the what they're doing while they're not drinking as well. Because I feel like there's a difference between a guy who was like having nips of gin at his lunch break, but then also like he's the guy who hits the meeting at 3 o'clock when everyone else is fucking crashing and they're stuck for an idea and they need this idea to get them over the wall, and he's like, what if we took Pepsi and combined it with beer mixing? And then someone else is like, that's it, that's exactly what we need, that's the idea we've been looking for. And he's just coming out with a little buzz and he's getting the work done. Is what I'm saying is like, he's drinking, but he's also getting the work done. Versus the other side of alcoholism where it's like, he goes to Mobil at 9 a.m. in the morning to fill his petrol can up with petrol, and he gets to the counter and he's already slurring his words, and the person behind the counter's like, what do we got planned for the day? And he says, mow the lawns, gonna be doing that. And reality is, he doesn't even have a lawnmower, and he just wants to sniff petrol.
that is the difference between a functioning alcoholic and an alcoholic. That's the new rule I'm making today. Is functioning alcoholism is not alcoholism. If you're functioning, then you're not an alcoholic. Really, at the end of the day, you're not a pure alcoholic.
We'll make that
because you're offering value.
If you're functioning and you are working hard, is it okay?
I say yes. I say yes.
I certainly would love to see.
Look at say Christopher Hitchens, right? He's like one of my favorite. He's like one of my favorite public intellectuals. He's a thinker. He speaks like it's hard for me because I have a naturally higher octave and he's got a naturally lower octave. But I'm Christopher Hitchens. No. He was always plastered every single fucking minute.
But
he
killing
was
it?
like killing it. And he died really early at like 58
of alcoholism, actually.
Of alcoholism and chain smoking, both combined. Of alcoholism and chain smoking. But you know what?
I was joking.
But you know what? They were a 58 really good years.
Solid 58 years.
And I don't believe he ever, because he got diagnosed, right? It wasn't like one day he was like, ugh! Like, he got diagnosed. I don't believe he ever said on record, yes, looking back, I would prefer to have lived a healthy life. I think he was just kind of like,
so going by that then,
you'd
be inclined to, going by the Neil Young model, you would say it is better to fade out. Oh, no, sorry.
Better than burn out and fade away.
Better to burn out than to fade away.
I reckon so. I reckon it's better to enjoy the years that you have. Look, everyone would love to be that one chain-smoking alcoholic who lives to 100 years old, because you know they exist. But if it's not going to be that way, it's either going to be live really healthy and not enjoy your vices, or enjoy your vices and die early. I'd say die earlier because you enjoy the vices. I mean, all power to you if you really love the green thick shakes and everything. But
just unpackage that. When you say green thick shakes, you mean
green
like kale smoothies?
Kale smoothies, yeah.
The green thick shakes.
Well, I'm drunk, man.
So
I would have come up with kale smoothies if I had presence of mind.
I mean, they are just the green thick shakes, though, which is nobody's ordering.
Yeah,
if it's not mint flavored, then you're not getting it green.
Green smoothies is okay to say, though, right? Green smoothies is acceptable. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
I just said thick shakes. Damn it! People are like, is he meaning the mint one at McDonald's? Is that what he's talking about?
That one's okay. No, it's not so bad.
So, moral of the day, I think, is that alcoholism is a problem. Functioning alcoholism is a vice. It's just a vice.
Okay, on that then, this is going to be a real interesting episode, because if we do an episode that is listenable...
I think we're going fine so far. This sounds good to me.
And I'm questioning...
But then again, I'm drunk, so...
Yeah, I'm questioning whether or not listenable is a word. But if this is listenable, then that's like functional alcoholism is okay. But if this episode is fucking rat shit, then this is as good as a PSA. We might as well send this like the New Zealand government, like, forget about your slow down. It's not the drinking, it's how we're drinking. This could be a long form version of that. This could be a good, like, ease up on the booze, kids, because no matter who you are, if you get drunk, you're not going to be able to do your work effectively. I would love to right now, because I'm a big fan of the underdog. I would love to prove that ethos wrong. I would love to do an episode where we do well.
But even if
we are steamed at the same time.
But even if we do an episode that's not good, all it really proves is drink as much as you want, just do it after the podcast.
This is also true.
That's the real moral to take away.
That's a big part of it also.
Because nothing can take away from the idea that drinking a lot is fun. Because it's always going to be fun.
That's the trouble. Drinking is amazing. And to the point where we know we're putting poison in our body constantly. We know that, like, if we put too much poison in our body tomorrow, we're going to feel very poisoned. And
we will, and we'll be recording that.
Yeah, have a throbbing headache. We're going to feel nauseous. We know that's going to happen, yet in the moment, it's a very like seize the day kind of thing where it's like, but right now, feels fantastic.
Feels fun as hell. Yeah.
So I'm going to do it again. And then on that, by the way, like when you do have a hangover and you've been drinking too much, you have the hangover, it doesn't take long to kind of forget all the suffering you went through when you have the hangover. Like the moment you're back to health, you're like, right, drinking. Where can I do it? How much can I do it?
And the moment you're
immediately,
the moment you're in the hangover as well, the fact of the matter is, the only way to get out of it is drinking. If you want a quick fix, I mean, the way to really get out of it is to like drink lots of water and sleep well. But the only real cure to the hangover, people say, eat lots of fruit, fucking stand on your head,
have an egg, have tomato juice,
do all this crazy shit. Man, 3 beers.
Yeah,
that's how you get out of the hangover.
Magic number as well, by the way. 3 beers or like a deep glass of wine, perfect amount. It will just like instantly forgotten.
And I bet you same standard drink amount. 3 beers, big glass of wine, probably about the same.
And it's probably that magic number that like, in terms of like getting rid of like social anxiety, that's that amount that you have to like get over that. But then because you're like, you have that amount and you're like, oh, this feels good, then you continue drinking, and that's when you're me and you're binge drinking too often.
Yeah, it's true.
Take me to rehab, Matthew. That's what I'm saying. This is like I'm self-imposing an intervention.
Tom,
right
I would, but they're going to drag me in while I take you there.
They probably
I'm
will.
going to be dropping you over there. I'll be like, hey, here's Tom. And they'll be like, oh, thanks so much for that. Hey, what's wrong with your eyes?
Yeah, they'll
smell
like,
never mind me.
Just totally smelling the gin on your breath when you're doing it.
Yeah. This guy's got a problem.
Yeah. Just like a pair of jeans, just a bottle of gin in your pocket, just jutting out. It's going to happen.
What's the longest time you've gone without drinking in your adult life since you like discovered alcohol and started really enjoying it?
Oh man, not that long. Not that long at all, to be honest. Probably like maybe 8 days.
Right. That's all right.
8
That's okay.
days.
No, that's okay. That's okay for a normie for a like average citizen. 2 months last year.
How was that? How was the 2-month period?
Oh, it was good. It was good because, and this is like actually going back to the alcoholism kind of topic we had before, right? Yeah. This is when I was in Sydney and wasn't doing much with my life. I had a bit of a problem, right? And it's a problem to me when you actually personally view it as a problem.
Yeah.
And so I was going through, I'd say like a bottle a night, absolutely bare minimum. And this has been the case for years. And that's bare minimum. So often it would be like, I'd say usually a bottle and a half, sometimes 2 bottles.
Bottle of wine we're talking?
Wine. Yeah. Oh, yeah, vodka or something would be like a real thing.
Like,
yeah. But this is pretty bad.
Yeah.
And so, like, I made a resolution of, okay, and my rationale behind it actually was, you know, I guess A would be, I don't want to do this every night. But B was, if I can't not do this every night, then I can't ever get drunk, and I don't want to give that up because drinking's awesome. So one of my main rationales was, let's just prove that I cannot do it, so I don't have to go down that road.
Yeah, dude, I can totally understand that.
And
definitely.
so I did it.
Yeah.
You know, and yeah, like it was good, but I finished, and then I didn't go back. I didn't go back to that point.
Yep.
It was more like, well, some nights nothing, most nights 2 glasses, whatever. But sometimes get drunk because getting drunk I like, and I guess that's what I prefer. And now I've gone like a little bit too off that spectrum. But as I said at the start, it's like, you know, I guess like an average of 4 beers, just like a bit too much, but it's nowhere near where I was at, so it's fine.
It's
by
not
me.
too much more than the standard. Like going back to the CPRT nurses model, because they presented me with this card when they were doing that, and it was kind of like the way to signify like you are a problem drinker. And one of the things in it was like if you're having no more than 3 standards a night for a maximum of 5 nights in a week, you're perfectly okay.
3 standards. I'm sorry to cut you off, but 3 standards is actually about 2 beers though, because standards isn't the same as a glass.
Oh.
It's like alcohol volume and everything gets taken into account as well. So 3 standards is about 2 glasses, I think.
Well, that makes it hard to keep track.
It does, yeah. But so how do you equate like a bottle of beer with a glass of wine? Like it's not quite the same volume.
No, this is standard drinks though. So it will be like what you're saying with beers, depending on what your beer drinking.
But because of alcohol volume, it doesn't work out that way necessarily. Keep going.
No, I do get that.
Yeah, sorry.
I do totally get that. But if you're having like a 4% of beer, it's going to be 1 standard, right?
If you're having like a bottle like the ones we were having in the skate park before, the like Carlsberg, no, there's like 1.3 standard drinks.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's annoying, isn't it? But
so if you're going to be an
works.
alcoholic, you're going to want to know your maths.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you better hope that you took either calc or stats.
Yeah, pretty much.
At some point in your life.
If you're listening to this podcast and you didn't take calc or stats and you drink, then you're probably an alcoholic.
Or it's time to go back to school, no matter how old you are, and re-enlist. Maybe you're that 26-year-old man out there. Maybe do the Adam Sandler, go back to school with your Billy Madison.
Billy Madison, yeah.
Is that film? Was it like a
Happy Gilmore's the golfer? Billy Madison is.
What's going on there, by the way? That film. Is he like? What's he, an adult child? Was it like big, where it's like he's a kid but he's not?
He's an adult who's like really rich, so he never had to try, and so now.
But he's an adult in a school, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe do that. Maybe make like Adam Sandler. If you're out there and you're thinking like, I'm a bit of a problem drinker, really want to keep track of my standards, go back to primary school.
And there might be some people listening to this who are like, oh, look, I don't really feel like I need to do that. And you know what? That's exactly what an alcoholic would say.
Exactly.
So you do need to do that, actually.
Really
and stop lying to yourself.
Yeah. Give yourself a hard look in the mirror. A cold, hard stare.
Yeah. And if you give yourself that hard, cold look and you come away thinking, I actually think my reflection looks okay, that's exactly what an alcoholic would think.
Yeah, at that point, go back to the mirror. Maybe have a look at it to the point where you're punching the mirror. Yeah. You're punching your own face in the mirror, and you've got glass shards all through your knuckles.
And that's the first step to recovery.
Yeah, it's progress.
Yeah,
this is positive steps that you should be taking.
It is progress. Yeah,
Yeah, I said progress.
That's the first sign of you being drunk on this podcast.
I was really hoping you'd let it fly. I didn't say progress.
Oh no, I've just been like with eagle eyes looking at everything you say to try and find a point where you being drunk comes across verbally. I know we already covered this, but it is annoying that I will sound like a drunken town full idiot during this whole thing, and you will sound 100% sober, even though we're both equally drunk. or like close to equally drunk. It's annoying.
Let the listener decide, because I think you're being a bit of a hard taskmaster on yourself right now.
You think I come across okay?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll have to listen back and see what I think.
But again, I'm steamed. I've got a massive head of steam up right now, so
mate, yeah, probably just
you're not running it through like a accurate filter, you know. This is I'm a drunk guy, so.
Well, I hope I come across better than I sound in my head, and I hope you come across worse. One thing I'll say about alcohol: most overrated drug, most underrated drugs simultaneously at the same time. So.
Explain that.
I guess with, say, people who are into marijuana or whatever, is they'll talk about, pot can do all this amazing stuff, but alcohol is kills you. Why don't we make that illegal? Well, they're not actually proposing to make it illegal, but they're saying if pot can be legal, why is alcohol? If pot can't be legal, how come alcohol's legal or whatever? Yeah. Sure, fine, perfectly true. Physical shit alcohol can do to you way worse, but at the same time, alcohol is like the elixir of socialization and having fucking awesome yarns. And I don't think any other drug, seriously, I don't think any other drug can do what it can do to that extent. And also, you can just...
other drugs can, but not for the price alcohol can. And the availability.
And also being able to do it day and day and day and day and day. Like, you can't take acid every other day. You can't.
And then in terms of having connecting people and having that social lubricant, MDMA, great option, but super expensive. And also, you're not going to be able to just go down to New World and go to the MDMA section.
No, but even if you could, man, that would fuck you.
Yeah.
If you were doing it every other day.
Yeah,
destroy you. And pot, pot's the closest, but some people get paranoid on it.
Yeah.
I don't like doing pot.
I guess there's a reason, in terms of alcoholism, that functioning alcoholic is a term that people are familiar with, whereas functioning junkie, not a thing.
Hey, functioning pothead, sure, that's totally a thing.
Yeah, dude.
But it's still not the same thing in terms of, some people are like this, but a lot of people just can't smoke a joint and then hang out.
Yeah.
Some people got to go into a dark room and calm themselves down.
Yeah,
exactly. And hey, on the other side of that, some people get drunk and get really violent. Okay.
Yep.
But generally, a lot of people, tons of people, the majority of people, I think, go into a room, they have some alcohol, they get a bit tipsy, and then they're fucking saying things to people they'd never say before, not in a bad way, just like, oh man, I always wanted to tell you, you're really good at blah blah blah, but I never wanted to overimpose or whatever, and that person's like, oh man, thank you so much for saying that. It's all good. It's like the miracle drug for that.
It is perfect for that.
Yeah.
And it's also the fact that it is widely acceptable. To the point where if you mention a bit of a hard night last night, people will be like, he's one of us.
Yeah,
There's almost this weird brotherhood
drinking where, you can't be like, oh, I took one too many bumps of heroin last night there, guys. Now I'm really going off the rails. I think I'm going to have to go under the bridge and suck some dick for more of that because I need to... Gary, this is a sales meeting. Come on. That's not cool.
Really important client. Gary's been shining this entire financial quarter, and then this one meeting just blows it completely.
Yeah, but you could go into the meeting of your life, and, I guess you still shouldn't be hungover for that, but if you were, and you were guys, sorry, I know you're investing a lot of money, and I'm a bit off. It's just that last night my wife, she had some friends over and my friends over, and we overdid a little bit, so I'm sorry I'm a bit scruffy. They'll be like, oh yeah, we understand.
It totally is that, eh? And you're just admitting I'm not able to do 100% today.
Yeah.
Because I got fucked up last night. That's essentially what you're saying.
I abused a substance, and so I'm doing less than I could do.
But it's totally okay. It's a few drinks, a sort of, when it's like someone comes around, they say, you want to have a beer? You end up having 12, Am I right? And everyone's like, yeah. Totally okay.
That's another thing. The hardest drink to not have is that one where you got a buzz on and it's the right point to quit. But you look at your friend and you're just
there's no way. There's no way. It's going to happen, eh? It's
Do you reckon one
inevitable.
more? Yeah.
I'll say it now. I've never been at that point, like 6 or 7 deep, and then someone's like, "Want another beer?" I've never said no. I'm always like, "Yes, please."
Oh, for me
I'm
it's-
glad you asked. I've been thinking it for about the last half hour. Like
For me, the deadly one is the second.
the deadly one. Okay.
Yeah, because I mean, like, the first one, okay, I think it's plausible at that point to be like, okay, one beer, all good.
Yeah.
You have that second, and then it's, you're not drunk,
Mm.
you're not really, but you're a little bit buzzed, but not really buzzed, but you can feel yourself getting to buzzed.
I think the deadly one for me is going to be the 13th. In terms of beer, strictly on beer, because 12 beers, if I had take a box.
Wait, deadly is in, like, now you're over the toilet, or deadly is in, like, oh, now I'm going in?
Like now I'm browning out. That's like this is no escape in terms of like I'm blacking out.
Oh, no,
I'm
I mean,
gonna guaranteed have no memory of this.
finish your story, but I wasn't talking about that, but finish what you're saying, yeah.
Oh, just that. Like it's like 12, totally okay, functioning fine, and total recollection of the entire evening. Beyond that, if I have that 13th beer, that is like me saying yes to the 13th beer is me saying yes to the 17th beer. You know what I mean? Like it's like
Oh, no, we are talking about the same thing then, yeah.
It's like once I'm over the edge, I'm
Right.
done. It doesn't even matter. It's like the devil may care. I'm fucking sipping anything. Like it's.
Okay, no, we're on. I thought you were saying like 13th is in like deadly, as in like you're fucked, but as in like
Nah, still functioning.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I was just saying like second is in. I guess like I'm not fucked. Like I'm not gonna necessarily have 6 of them at 2, but at like 2, it's sort of. Or maybe 3, but whatever. Like,
But that's the tipping point for
that's
you.
the
It's
tipping
like-
point where it's like, oh, I'm obviously going to say, yeah, man, let's stick around. You know, like because
Yeah,
you got the blood in you.
Yeah.
I think we've had like a couple of moments that ourselves when we've been at the bar, and like I think you've left after 2, and I've been like, hey man, do you think? And you'd be like, nah, I can't.
Yeah.
And I've been like, damn it. Although once you leave, it's actually fine. I just walk home and it's sweet. But
Yeah.
in that moment, I really want to have another
That's the
one.
other thing as well. It's like I mean, same with any other drug really, but like with alcohol, there is that camaraderie. I feel like me
Totally,
drinking
yeah.
on my own. If like I'm at home and I'm getting sauce, like smashing like vettering back like a bottle of wine or whatever, watching a movie or something, I'll like sit on a bottle of wine, love a movie, end of the night. If I'm in that exact same situation, only a buddy is to my left. We're both drinking the same vino, both watching the same movie. We just happen to be in the same room together. That bottle turns to 2. That
let's
one
open
movie
another,
turns to
absolutely.
5. Like it's just like you end up like we're going down with the ship. Like you end up didoing and like I will go down with the ship.
No,
like,
I'll refuse the movie though, man. I'll be like, oh man, let's keep this yarn going. It's the yarning that's so good.
That's
That's
good,
half of it, actually. That's half of it. Like the drinking and the smoking are one half, so they're like both a quarter.
Yep.
Then the other half is the yarning.
Yeah.
Is the chatting and and then this time and this other thing
chatting.
happened and then da-da-da, and what do you think of this, and that guy's an asshole, and that guy's great, and that was an amazing moment, that was a shitty moment, da-da-da-da, blah 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 blah. Again, that's why I'm saying it's like an underrated drug is like the amount it gives to just pure verbal diarrhea and just
is
like
good, eh?
picking up on things. And I said most overrated. I guess most overrated because of what we were kind of saying at the start of that thing is, it also really is like very physically harmful,
It's
and,
poison.
and no one pays attention to it.
Straight up poison.
Yeah, and no one pays attention to that like beeline of poison that's going on through this whole thing.
Yeah.
yeah.
Fucking, this is definitely that. Like Greg, who's been out with his friends all night long.
Oh, just
This
a
is
random.
like this is
a
hypothetical Greg, right?
person. Yeah, all right.
Greg, he's been working out of the gym all day. He's been like going about his day-to-day business. Was that your stomach, by the way?
It was. Yeah.
That was loud. I wonder if the mics picked that up.
We'll see.
I feel like I felt that.
Time will
Like
tell.
beyond heard that. I feel like I felt that. Like it rippled through this room.
BK after this.
I hope the mic picked that up, so I just don't sound like an insane person right now.
It
But-
did happen though. It did happen.
But Greg,
Go on. Yeah.
he works at Paper Plus, and he's been working. He's done his 8-hour shift. Post Paper Plus, he goes to the gym, does a little workout, and he's going out with his buddies. It's Greg and his buddies. They're drinking, they're getting on, having like pre-gaming at home, doing like a couple of shotguns, cracking open the cans, getting excited about things. Where we going tonight, fellas? Order that Uber. Let's get in the Uber straight to Beretta. Fuck it, if there's a line, doesn't matter, we'll line up. It's gonna be the night of our lives. He's in line for that, right? And then they get into the bar, and everyone's kind of burning out. Everyone's getting a bit tired. No one's picked up. No one's taking anybody home, and it's just the guys and Greg hanging out. And then Greg has this inspirational moment where everyone's at the end of their pint and everyone's thinking, fuck, just go home. I'm ready for bed. And then Greg says, another round, fellas. And then it's that you won't moment. Someone says like, you won't, because they can't.
Yeah.
He's like, I will. In fact, I'll go too. I'll one up you. I'll see your 1 pint and I'll raise you too. Greg goes to the bar. He drills 2 beers. All of a sudden, he's a hero. He's just poisoning himself.
Yeah.
More. Like, he's like putting himself in a worse position than everybody else. All of a sudden, he's a hero. Everybody wants to be at Greg's level. These fuckers want another pint.
Greg is the champion.
Exactly that, yeah.
Our bodies are telling us that this is not okay.
Greg's on their shoulders, man. He's
But
fucking
Greg,
he's killing it. No one's taking anybody home. Everyone's fucking out of pocket. But just because Greg could finish that one more pint than everybody else, absolute hero.
Inspires everyone else to kill themselves as well.
People don't have that with acid or MDMA. If someone's taking more, it's just like, hey, he's taking more, he's chill out, whatever. There's no like hero moment. Alcohol uniquely has that. It's like, if he can have another hit, he's a fucking hero.
And I should aspire to be him.
Yeah, he's climbing that mountain.
Yeah.
And I can tell you, I fall for it all the time. I see someone do like, just drink a beer fast, and I'm like, whoa, I wish I could. I wish I could do that like they did. What is that? I'm like, it's not the same with smoking weed or anything. Like, you never see someone rip a joint and like on their own. You like at that point you're thinking like, well, the guy could have passed it.
If I
bug out that joint, I would have loved some of that weed. Whereas alcohol, fucking drill it. Like there's this weird.
If I have too much weed, it's like nothing in the world could convince me to have more.
Yeah,
it's like, no, man, I think I'm just gonna. Come on, man, another J. I'd be like, no, actually, I'd rather just go to this dark room and like sit by myself and
you give them a real
kind of
sound answer for why you don't want any more grass.
Yeah, I really can't, man. And then when you say you really can't, they're like, oh man, I understand. Jeez,
like they'll take look at you like that strange shade of pale. Like, oh god, Matt said too much.
No one in the world is gonna say have more. Yeah, they're going, I get where you are. Yeah. There's alcohol. It's like, no, man, you can do it.
Another thing with like alcohol, completely different to weed, like the polar opposite, is if you take alcohol to a party, that's your alcohol unless you say otherwise. Like you could show up with an 18-pack of beers with an intention of drinking 6, and you can happily walk home with those beers. But with grass, if you pull out like a tin and you roll up a joint and you're sitting near people, everyone's thinking, this guy's going to pass it, right?
For a session.
Yeah, exactly.
A session. It's like a communal.
It's a communal thing.
Yeah.
Whereas alcohol, it's like, you could show up with a bottle of vodka for yourself with nothing to mix it with. And everyone's like, nah, it's his vodka.
Gotta ask.
Yeah, bro, it's his vodka. You don't ask. It's not your vodka.
I'm sure you've been to a party where someone does take your beer out of the chili bin or whatever. It's not their brand, and you're like, what the fuck, man? Isn't that the biggest douche? The biggest douche, man. Oh, it's for everybody. No, it's not.
Okay.
And everyone knows it's not.
Talking about biggest douche, biggest shame, I've been the guy taking the beer.
Ah, just here's the beer.
I've had that moment. I'm like, I still have. Like,
unless it's that kind of party where like there's a host and the host has the house beer.
Yeah.
Like, you know, a proper party.
No, but I've said if it's been like a straight up house party and I'll see like a half of a beer on a table. No one's around.
Is a cunt.
I am, man. I still am. I really am. This is a shame that I live with. If I see a bowl of beer and it's like, and this goes like at a party and no one's drinking it, I'll have it. Like not always, but if I really feel like I need it, I will. And then also the morning after, if I have hosted a party and there's like just half beer scattered around the place, that's gonna be breakfast.
Once I took a guy's piece of pizza. It was like supermarket pizza too. It wasn't even proper. But like it was one of those moments where it's like, oh, it's
one of those
like,
leaning towers.
It's kind of been sitting there, and I don't know, I'm hungry, but is this okay? Oh, okay, I think it's okay. And then he came to get it. He was like, oh, he was like, so like, oh man, no. I felt like
no.
And I went across the road and got him like a sausage roll, like at the thing, and kind of made up for it. But it still wasn't quite as good as the piece of pizza, and I knew that.
Yeah, but I think you're a better human being than me.
Because at least I did it.
Yeah, and because I would have taken the pizza. And I probably would have I would have owned up to it at the very least, but I wouldn't have gone across the road and gone to sausage roll.
Right.
No.
It was definitely like they did forgive me after that. Like he was still kind of disappointed, but he knew I was a good guy.
Yeah.
Can I give you a life hack though for that party thing? You know, I was calling you a cunt, but I do have a way around it if you have to be a cunt. Is what you do is before you take it, because you know the owner is almost certainly not there.
Yep.
You kind of shout to the rest of the party, "Hey, is this okay? Is it all right if I? Is it okay? Is it okay? Okay, it's okay." And so then it's like genuine misunderstanding.
What am I, Larry David, though? I'm not going to get away with that. Like, he would in that situation. He would say that, and that's just like, no, I asked everybody. Yeah, and everyone's like, no, it's cool.
Is it all right? But you got to really, you got to yell it out.
Yeah.
But no one's going to take the time, or most of the time, no one's going to take the time and be like, "Hey, man, no, it's not yours." Because it's a party, because everyone else is drunk, right? It's like,
yeah, dude.
"Oh, it's okay, I'm sure it's okay."
Yep.
Then what are you going to say? You all know it's not, but at least you're sort of like, it is a Larry David.
You put it to the
thing.
people.
It's definitely a Larry David
If the
thing.
people say it's okay, maybe it's okay. I'll do that next time. I'll reply to the us. This is like, I do that, I just get laid out completely.
It's cunt insurance.
The guy whose beer it is right next to me. He's like, no, it's not fucking okay. Just clocks me across the jaw.
But he wouldn't clock you because you didn't drink it.
This is true.
Yeah.
This is true.
So yeah, it's like, again, cunt insurance if you have to be a cunt.
Yeah.
Best scenario, don't be a cunt. But if you have to be a cunt, that's a way of kind of seeming like less of a cunt.
You don't want to be a bottom feeder, man. You do not.
No.
I have been too many times. No good. I don't know about you, but I can see in this glass ceiling that we have in the studio, clouds are gathering, lightning is about to strike.
Sounds like it.
Yeah.
It's the lightning round!
Look at his power.
Lightning! Can you handle it? I thought we were going to overdo it more and more each week. We're not. Okay.
You certainly did. Just
All right.
a merciless God.
Lightning!
All of the subjects.
Hey, we're going to No Sleep Till Breakfast, right? With Matt Heath of Back of the Y. Like, that's like totally.
Matt
like,
Heath and Back of the Y.
Matt Heath of Back of the Y. Like,
Of Back of the Y?
Back of the Y! Must be television!
Go down that
Lightning round! Lightning round.
Just to give everyone a bit of context and just to signpost this moment, what is happening is me and Matthew are going to a No Sleep Till Breakfast evening with Matt Heath and Jeremy Wells, Haraki hosts.
Yeah.
That's what that is, in case anyone's wondering. Because you just threw that in there with no context whatsoever.
Two guys talking in the studio, man. Casual. Good.
He says leaning back, scratching the legs.
Scratching
You
his head,
guys
leaning
talking
back.
in the studio, man.
Fucking hell. Alright, here's a lightning round
Yeah.
for this week.
That's you first. That's you
it is
first.
me first?
That's you
Okay, alright. Lightning round. Tom!
Yep. Strike
Drink
me.
yourself to death. Fuck. Drink yourself to death or eat yourself to death. What?
Drink myself to death. It's going to be brandy. I'm going to do it in a dark room, maybe a couple candles lit, and just saunter out.
Okay, fair enough. And which historical figure would you like to go on the piss with?
Does it have to be how historical?
Just a person from history. Can't be alive.
Oh, God. Can't be alive. Okay.
Come on, someone who's not living, you know, one of them to piss
Can't be
before
alive.
I- Come on, go,
God, Abraham Lincoln? I don't know.
Okay, Abraham Lincoln.
I know fuck all about dead people.
I like that you see the slaves, man. It's fucking sweet. All right. Text while driving or drunk while driving?
Which is better, or which would I rather do? Or
What would you rather do for the rest of your life?
Text while driving.
Really?
Yeah.
I say drunk, even though text is the most...
And just make those texts fucking worth everything.
It just seems more likely that,
Put a
you,
lot
like,
of
because
meaning
if
into
you're
those
drunk all
texts,
the time, you could, like, really focus or try and focus.
Well, I'm
going to
focus on those texts. I want to be texting people that I feel sentimental about, people like that I really care about.
Yeah, right before you run over Caitlyn Jenner. All right, okay. Lightning round. You will die. You will die.
Thank you.
If anyone
Yeah.
within 3 blocks of your house has a drink within 1 week. How do you successfully implement this micro prohibition for 1 week?
Picture it as like a community watch thing, where it's like we got to make sure there's no alcohol in the area. It's like, let's make our area an alcohol-free zone. I'll go door to door with little like A4 pieces of paper saying like, and I'll like fake it, like do a little Photoshop thing of like me being raped. And
Rape.
or something
What?
like that, something of that degree.
Okay, right.
Me being like, just getting bashed or something like that. Put that on a Photoshop thing. Go door to door. Say like, look, this happened to me. Can we please make this area alcohol free? Can you jump on board? I reckon if you hit like 40 houses, you're gonna get like 3 dads who are like a little bit worried about their daughters or whatever. They're gonna be on board with it. Give them a high-vis vest, steal that from a construction site, or just borrow it, and then boom, you've got me. We got Dave. We got Greg. We got Samuel. We're patrolling the area night to night, day to day, making sure nobody's drinking in St. Martin's, Christchurch.
That was very good for on the spot lightning round subject.
Sign me up for the community, eh?
Very good.
Sign me up for community.
And you know
watch.
what? Because you answered so well, I think you've earned the right to administer
The lightning round! What is your power? Matthew, are you ready?
Yes.
Are you sure you're ready?
As ready as I'll ever be.
You don't look that ready.
Fucking go!
Okay. Just because you talked me into it. Why do you drink?
Because it feels good.
You can only have one drink for the rest of your life. What is it?
I will have beer.
Okay.
Because it's easy to measure and it still gives you a buzz. But I do like wine.
The water in your house's plumbing is replaced with one type of alcohol. What is it?
Wine. Red wine.
So you're showering
Red wine.
in red wine? Bathing in red wine? Washing
Yeah,
your
no, it's
hands in red wine?
Still better than beer, and no other alcohol is a good solution to
I
it.
would have said vodka, kill the germs. You can pee and bottle one type of alcohol. What type of alcohol? And, bonus question, what is the name of your alcohol that you're branding?
But it's sort of tight, and I'm peeing it. I'll go with white wine because it's still good, and no one's gonna look at it and be like, "What the fuck?" They just won't,
So what is
notice.
the name of your wine?
Your wine.
Your wine. Yep.
That was great for an on the spot,
Fantastic.
wasn't it? That was amazing.
Really good.
Yeah. All right. Next one.
That's all. That's the lightning round. You
Yes!
You survived the
I
lightning
finished
round.
on such a good note, but kind of ruined it by the overly enthusiastic end there.
Nah, man, if you fucking slam dunk, pat
Your
yourself on the
wine.
back.
Bam.
Yeah,
Ah.
your wine.
Excellent. All right, guys, we're going to get pissed, and we'll check in with you
Tomorrow morning,
tomorrow morning
when we're going to be home.
for the hangover. Well,
Well,
I
I
cast
cast
broad.
broad.
Then
And
I
I cast
cast
broad
again. You're never gonna
cast
cast me
broad.
broad. And
Last
we're
week we did
pissing the...
kids.
Talked about kids last week. This time we're...
Drinking.
With Matt and
Tom.
Tom.
Oh, okay.
We use that.
Yeah. Use that.
Last night we drank. We drank a bit too much. Now we're hungover. And it's casting broad. With Tom and Matt.
And Julian Casablancas actually
Yeah.
had him in studio to sing just that bit.
Nice. Yeah. Thank you, Julian.
Yep.
You can go now, though. You're not this week's guest.
You know,
yeah. No.
yeah,
You're,
through
you're
that
good,
door.
You're good. You're
Yeah,
good.
out that
Yeah,
door,
no,
please.
Thank you. Thank you, though. Thank you. Yep.
Cheers, buddy. Cheers,
mate.
Juju.
Bye.
We'll talk. Yeah.
Cheers.
Thanks, mate.
Cool.
Yeah, thanks, mate. That's nice of him to come in and do that.
Yeah.
We shouldn't have blown all our NZ On Air funding on one person coming in and doing an intro, though.
Yeah. I guess if we were going to do
Terrible
that, we
idea.
may as well have had him as a guest too, because that would probably keep people.
Who likes the Strokes?
I'm not going to run out and get him. It would be embarrassing at this point.
That's
you know.
fine.
Yeah,
He's fine.
No, he's good. He's good.
Yeah.
He is good. So, yeah, we did go out last night. For those listening, it'll feel like we never left because...
Alvino did flow last night,
Yep.
in the words
It
of
did
David
indeed.
Brent.
I did indeed. It was a no sleep till breakfast, so it was a go all night, I guess, kind of theme to it.
We tried to.
I did not go all night. I left a bit earlier than most because I was forcefully evicted.
You got kicked out of a
I
bar, mate.
did get kicked out of a bar. To be honest, though, I was sort of prepared. I was expecting it.
Well, you said that when it was going on, and this is something that surprised me when it was happening. The guy bouncer came over, said, "Hey, is your mate doing it right?" And I said, "Yeah, it's fine," because I was thinking, "Yeah, Matt's killing it. He's fucking killing it, mate." And
Thank you.
and apparently, in his eyes, you weren't at all. He said, "Nah, he needs to go." And I was ready to argue with the guy, and you said, "No, this happens to me all the time."
It does. And I've got... So, anyone who listened to the first half knows that I wasn't exactly straight. So I'm not going to argue that I was totally fine. At the same time, though, I was probably not significantly more drunk than a lot of people there.
No. There was probably... Maybe the giveaway was the massive Radio Hierarchy sticker that you were wearing on your forehead at that point.
Well, but it's a bit of a joke,
Hierarchy party.
It's a hierarchy party. Yeah, what are you supposed to do? No, but it's not that. I just have one of those, because I meant it when I said this happens all the time. I've just got one of those faces or whatever.
Yeah, you've said this before on the show.
Yeah, that bouncers just sort of pick up on and go, So again, it's not like I was sober then, but at the same time, there have been times, sometimes where I've had like 2 drinks,
And you still get it.
And they're like, buddy. And I'm like, what? No, but seriously.
I wonder what it is. Is it the Kurt Cobain thing? Because you have like a slight resemblance to him. And then also...
Scruffy.
Also, yeah, scruffy or chubby Kurt Cobain.
Yeah.
And then also a little bit like Stifler from American Pie.
Yeah, I do. I guess like he's
neither
a
of
bit
those
of a
two
partier sort of thing.
Yeah, neither of those two like really like you wouldn't say like in terms of the adjectives you'd use to describe either of those men. Trustworthy, reliable. They're not going to be in your top 10 words.
No, they wouldn't. No. Although, and then, I mean, the chubbiness as well, I guess, like, I think I'm less chubby than I was at the start of the year.
You certainly are, actually.
But still, like, that doesn't help. Like, just having a little bit of, like, a bit of extra facial fat around the face, I think makes you look a little bit more...
I always thought body fat would make someone seem more, like, friendly and approachable. Like Santa,
no,
right?
but jovial too. You know what I mean? I'm not saying cause the bouncers don't think I'm a bad person.
Yeah.
I mean that bouncer was really nice. He shook my hand. Like
he was.
He was a good guy.
Yeah.
Different story in Sydney, man. They're just dicks over there.
What goes down in Sydney?
But
fill me in because I'm going there later in the year.
Oh, look, I'm not saying they're going to beat you up or anything, unless you go to the Ivy. There was a bit of a thing there a while ago.
So avoid the Ivy.
Avoid the Ivy.
It's poison ivy.
Because they might take you to the basement and beat you senseless.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, there was a thing like a couple of years ago. Probably like a few years ago now.
Second thoughts about going to Sydney, eh?
No. Just stay away from the Ivy. You'll be fine. Well, there's a little more like hardcore about it, whereas the bouncers here are sort of like very friendly. They're definitely,
for the most part,
they're less likely to kick you out, and when they do kick you out, they do it in a nicer way.
Yeah.
But I've just got one of those qualities, man. And it's the same guy. There have been times where I've had absolutely not a drink in me and gone to the door, and they've been like, "How much have you had?" And I've been like, "Oh, nothing." And it's like, "Nothing, huh?" And I'm like,
"Oh, I hate that."
And I'm like, and I'm like, "Yeah, not a single thing." And they're like, "Oh, not a single thing." And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm very precise with my words. What do you want?" But I don't know what it is. I mean, I'm used to it now. But yeah, I was sort of thinking that might happen at some point.
That's funny, man, because like I get the same question with bouncers. They'll say like, "How much have you had?" And I'm always honest. And I've had times where like going into a bar, they'll say, "How much have you had to drink?" And I said like 8 beers. Mm-hmm. But just I don't know. Maybe we just have the different faces, and they think like, "Oh, yeah, he's being."
Oh no, but we were talking about it earlier in the show though. Too, you also have the weird vocal thing.
Yeah, that hidden talent.
Yeah, you just sound like you haven't had anything.
But maybe I'm immune to slurring my words, but I'm certainly not immune to hangovers. An absolute punisher this morning, throbbing. It was death.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm probably not in quite as bad of a place as you because it did end earlier, but.
Yeah.
I actually, this is funny, because I finished it and because I knew we were doing this hangover thing tomorrow, I made extra sure that I wasn't totally off the hook, so I mixed and had like a bit of wine when I got home, just to make sure it still stung in the morning. So I am feeling it a bit, although
you totally didn't need to do that.
I know, but
I'm glad you did. That's fantastic commitment to the podcast, to the show. The listener, I fucking applaud you for doing that, but you really didn't need to do that.
Strangely enough, it's professionalism in this sense, where like it would normally be the opposite of professionalism.
Alcoholism.
Yeah, most days if you go home, you don't want to drink specifically because you have work tomorrow, but on this occasion, it sort of worked out that way. Yeah. And we're both doing, as I sort of suggested yesterday, Hair of the Dog cure. Yep. We both had a few before coming in.
Because that, honestly, like, that and prescription drugs, they're the best hangover cures. Forget your eggs, prescription drugs. Forget your tomato juice. Well, like, so like Valium, Xanax, Tramadol.
Have you tried those for hangover cures?
Like, fantastic for hangovers. Like, all through Asia, when I was backpacking through there. Had a month in Thailand, month in Cambodia, month in Vietnam. Anytime had a massive night on the lash in the morning, you pop a little Xanax or Valium or both, and then with your breakfast, a bit of a Tramadol, and then a bit, a mojito or something nice and refreshing in the morning, and you're just feeling golden.
Like, what does it do? Does it give you a clean slate, or does it kind of make you high, or what does it do exactly?
You're certainly feeling doped up, but like totally relaxed, and the Tramadol,
your head's not hurting.
Yeah, the Tramadol gets rid of the headache. Because that's for like proper pain, and you've just got like a mild headache.
Yeah.
And then the Xanax and Valium just makes you feel. When you like, sometimes I have this when I'm hungover. The worst bit isn't necessarily the the headache or the nausea. The worst bit is just a general feeling of guilt that kind of just hangs there. Do you ever get that?
No, sorry. This might be a misunderstanding part. Were you saying the drug literally gives you a feeling of guilt?
No, this is what Xanax and Valium eliminates.
All
those guilty
right.
feelings are just abolished. They're gone, and you're just feeling like you're walking on sunshine. Like you're like, I have got all the right things to say today. Like that's kind of what Xanax does. And because I'm someone who doesn't have a lot of social anxiety,
Right.
that eliminates social anxiety. So for someone who's genuinely calm,
It's extra so. Yeah.
it's heaven.
I don't know. I mean, like, I guess with alcohol, sometimes I'll be like having a beer more than I should or whatever, and I'll be like, I think it's that kind of guilt I get. But in terms of like releasing guilt, like in terms of like finding a drug, eliminates a sense of guilt. I guess like drinking a couple after you feel guilty does that. Yeah, you're like,
dude.
this was the best idea ever. I feel great.
Yep.
That'll do that. Pot can be bad for that, actually. Now that I think of it.
Sunday guilt.
Yeah, and you sort of, and not just about the pot too, because you know that sort of paranoia thing. Do you find like you'd be doing pot and you look back on maybe something you did 10 years ago, and then you'll be like, oh man,
It does
can't
that day.
believe I did that.
Getting high at the
Jeez.
wrong time, and I do love it, but doing it at the wrong time will certainly, like, a skeleton will burst out of your closet, and just haunt you.
yeah.
A couple of, like, Christmas ghosts.
Feels like it happened yesterday. Yeah,
Ghost Christmas past will just come, just rattling chains, eh?
it's a crazy drug.
Mm.
Valium and kind of prescription pills and stuff. They're supposed to be quite dangerous for addiction, right? That's
Yeah.
what did like Michael Jackson. Oh, he's probably doing more than that. He probably had
Yeah.
like a special doctor who would get him crazy shit.
Yeah.
But
Well, like, Xanax especially, like, you have,
Eminem too, I think.
when you're on it, you definitely get withdrawal symptoms when you do get off it. I noticed that because I was taking it daily when I was in Asia, and then we got back to New Zealand, and I was like, oh, pardon me, first belch on the podcast potentially.
Here's the dog belch. Yep.
There we go. Setting records tonight. When I got back, I was like, oh god, like this city is exactly the same. And I was thinking, because Christchurch is in the rebuild at the moment, I was thinking there's going to be at least a few new places I can visit. And it's like, no, didn't have that. It's kind of totally down about that. Just returning to the exact same life I had before I went to Asia. And it was just that I was just off the Xanax.
Right. You sort of
Well, I realised that like further down the road, it's like, no, Christchurch is fucking
it,
awesome.
Yeah, I thought it was romantic ideas about
Yeah.
No, I just want that Xanax again.
Yeah.
But it's good that you didn't go back to it though. That you went.
Well, you can't really in New
'cause
Zealand unless you genuinely need a
I
prescription
see.
or you get black market stuff.
The doctors are a little more professional here.
Yeah, because over there, it's over the counter, man. That's
Oh,
what's-
really? You don't even have to get a dodgy prescription.
No,
You
it's
just...
like walking in and buying a pack of lollies. Like, you just walk in there, do you have Xanax? Yep, no questions asked, and it's super cheap, and just, it's heaven.
Do you think if we legalized pot, then we would immediately get dodgy doctors who would just hand them out to everybody, or do you think it would be quite...
I think
'Cause
so.
know
I think it's going to happen.
In LA, apparently, you just sort of walk in and go like, oh, yeah, I got a headache, and they go, here you go.
I reckon New Zealand would certainly have that, eh?
Yeah, right. I assume so as well.
Like, we already do have pretty loose, like, the odd loose doctor who will just, like,
you just need to find the
overprescribe.
right one.
But, yeah.
Yeah.
First, not only just going back to that belch I did earlier, not only first belch, first podcast we've ever recorded where there's other human beings in the vicinity.
Yeah, exactly. People are looking at us like, what are they doing in there?
Yeah.
It's a broadcasting school and they're recording something. That's weird.
Those guys are
What
cussing
is
really
going
broad
on?
right now.
Yeah. They were looking at us kind of suspiciously almost.
Hmm.
Come on, what do you think we're doing, guys? I don't get it.
Could be,
Can they see that?
who knows? Matt's got his dick out, is what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
currently.
sorry,
Yeah.
Wait, but I thought it was like I thought it was sort of below the window.
Below the
Maybe
desk.
not, maybe not.
No, it's rock hard. It's throbbing, Matt. You should put that away, actually.
Yeah, so last night, I mean, quite a lot went on before I got kicked out. We both got to meet quite a few celebrities, some VIPs, and
Yep.
I think kind of becoming VIPs ourselves. Tom, to be honest,
certainly.
they thought we were pretty cool. I think.
Yeah. Very important.
But before that, and before me getting kicked out, there were some other eventful things that happened, weren't there? I believe you changed something about yourself.
I made a lifelong decision. Mm-hmm. And that was actually the first thing I did when I got there. I think because I knew, don't want to name drop, but like the people that were there at that party, because I knew I'd be nervous about meeting them, I was like going there, I was thinking, okay, I'm going to need to be a yes man tonight. I'm going to need to just say yes to every opportunity that comes my way. That way, when I see these people, I will talk to them.
Right. Okay.
That aside, we walked into the bar and somebody said, free tattoo.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been waiting a long time to hear that. Probably since I'm like 15, I've wanted a tattoo. Never known what I've wanted to get and never wanted to actually pay for a tattoo.
Right.
And they said free tattoo. And I got one.
Yep.
I got one.
And fortunately, not some corporate branding, because I think they were offering hierarchy tattoos.
They were, yeah.
Yeah. By the way, great idea for easy advertising, right?
Fuck yeah.
Free tattoo. Oh, wow, free, great. And then you got a company's logo on your fucking ass for the rest of your life.
Forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. And it's
Smart.
Like, and I was like, that one was like, pardon me, that was one of the like smaller options of the tattoo, because you get 3 options. You could either get the cricket dick and balls, the which is like a cricket wicket and a couple of cricket balls.
Yeah.
You get the hierarchy logo. But if I got that, what happens if I work at a different radio station?
What happens if they change their logo too?
What happens if they do that?
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden I just look like I'm a massive Harry Potter fan because it's like an H with a
Yeah,
lightning
right.
bolt through it.
Yeah. I get you. Yeah.
And then the other one was just like the cliche tattoo heart, and then with a banner across it that said "Absolute Wounder," and wasn't about to get that one either.
Right.
That one's
but you talk the tattoo guy into giving you something a little bit.
well, because I figured I got the cricket dick and balls. I'm already getting a meaningless tattoo, right?
Yep.
Why not capitalize on that situation? One of the girls that I was hanging out with jokingly said, "Well, if you get my initials, I'll give you a beer." I said yes. I called her
and
on
I
that.
tried to outbid her.
Yeah, you said.
I said I offered you 3 beers
3 beers
for Happy Birthday, Matt.
and then you got outbid again.
Yeah, and I didn't want to. Oh, it annoyed me too because Stu outbid me. Stu outbid me, and he had one that wasn't as embarrassing and annoying as Happy Birthday, Stu.
No.
It was just Stu, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
and not literally just you. It says just stew.
Exactly,
Those 2 words.
because he was like, "No, you have to just say Stu, have just Stu," and then you're like, "Okay, just Stu then."
Yeah.
So he won. Well, it was 6 beers, wasn't it?
No, it was 5 pints. But what
5
happened
pints,
is because Annabelle actually ended up getting sick that night. She was also paying for the beers. So I got 3 pints, and then I've got a dozen beers waiting for me. So that is, I mean,
I remember now. It's all coming back to me. Yeah. They'll buy you a 12-pack.
but amazing. Like I was quite like, I was just full of surprises. The whole process getting the tattoo, because of like I said, I've always wanted to get one because I've one wanted to know what they feel like, and 2 always wanted to know what it feels like to be someone with a tattoo, like who's made.
What do you mean
that
what
decision.
they feel like when you're getting them when you're getting them done?
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Like, because it was like, does it hurt? People were asking that a lot, and then like, because I got it on the foot.
That's quite painful.
Yeah, the guy was like, "Is this your first tattoo?" And I said yes, and he said, "Are you sure you want it on the foot?" And I said, "I'm pretty sure." And he said, "Because that's the most painful place to get it."
Right.
And I said, "Okay, let's do this." Another thing, someone pointed out.
You didn't move at all. You didn't flinch and like fuck it up.
No, I didn't. It's actually, he did a pretty good job, to be honest.
Yep.
Did a nice piece of art. The thing I was thinking though, probably like real bad to give drunk people tattoos, right? Like, I was bleeding a lot while he was doing it, and because it thins your blood, the alcohol does.
Yeah. Well, I was also just thinking like maybe quite illegal too.
Could possibly be.
Because they don't do a breathalyzer or anything, and
No,
it probably
and I
would
was-
be a thing if you were blind. Because we had 6 before going in, and we had. Had you had 2 more?
We'd
by
have a
that
couple
point?
more after that as well.
So that's 8. Yeah.
I was fucking steamed.
That's 6 bottles and 2 pints.
Yeah,
So that's
dude.
quite a bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you don't regret it.
Not
yep.
at all. It is bloody tender. I've had to buy some. This episode is now sponsored by Lucas Pawpaw Ointment. Had to buy some of that, and you sort of slather that on there and chill it out a bit. Just keep the foot open as much as possible.
Nice.
But really don't regret it. I just feel like I'm sponsored by Stuart Melrose now, forever.
Yeah, good.
And he's got a heart of gold, so, you know.
Yeah, no, you could have worse names on your foot.
Too right.
Yeah.
The only thing I think I do, because initially I was thinking just you, pretty vague. No one's going to be like, oh, what a statement to make, you dickhead. Like, no one's going to like see that and be like, you fuck you, I disagree with that. Like, it's not like I'm saying, you know,
right.
Yeah.
It's not exactly like a swastika.
Yeah, but then also just stew is like in terms of like brooding and like stewing on something.
Just stew. Yeah.
It's kind of lame.
That's good. Yeah.
A little bit lame though.
It's better than just Barry. Well, no, or whatever, or Happy Birthday, Matt.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I think you lucked out that he outbid me because Happy Birthday, Matt, especially because it wasn't my birthday.
Yeah. And the guy clearly didn't want that as the tattoo artist because
He
that
was
was
just
so
like,
many letters. He's
yeah.
thinking, no way.
He sure he wasn't thinking, oh man, I'm gonna feel guilty
Probably, actually.
because Happy Birthday, Matt. That is
This morning.
Actually comes from, by the way, another. I think I've referenced them before. There's a Wise Kid You Know sketch as well.
Which one?
Oh, well, I won't bore you with all the details, but it's like a guy goes into a tattoo parlor. He's like, oh, all right, man, I want one with my gun. And then, like, he just spends the whole skit describing the most ridiculous tattoo ever.
Yeah.
Just a terrible idea for a tattoo. And then, like, he just ends it with, like, Oh, and happy birthday, Steve, because my friend's birthday tomorrow, and he's gonna love it. Yeah, like, you know. So that's where that came from.
When you woke up this morning, Matthew, and you're feeling seedy, your head's pounding, you got a squirrel in the brain, what are your go-tos? In terms of hangover food.
Coffee, always a unhealthy meal. I like grease and shit like that.
Yeah.
I just like to. I'm sure something with more vitamins and everything is the better idea.
Yeah. But who wants to eat like a cold carrot, right? Like Bugs Bunny style, like.
Yeah. You wanna spoil yourself. I feel like shit, so I want to have a food that makes my mouth feel not like shit.
Yeah, and I think also because you want to be, when you are hungover, you want to be super still, like as still as possible. So eating those like heavy set foods, you kind of just sit there, just like your body's just almost like congealing somehow. Like you just this like blob. It's fucking fantastic.
And definitely the coffee, the cigarettes. Which, I mean, they kind of don't help, but it's, well, you know, what can I say? I go to them. How about
I go to them.
And then, like, I guess I wait until about 1 or 2, just so I don't feel like too much of a degenerate, and then I start drinking then.
Yeah.
And that's when it really gets cured. As I mentioned yesterday, that's the only real cure. But what about you?
For me, honestly, it's going to be just a bloody hearty breakfast. My favourite thing, like, ideal world, if I had, like, all the perfect ingredients when I'm waking up hungover, the cowboy breakfast. So we're talking, like, your fried bacon, your cheese.
Nice.
Your cheese.
Nice,
I don't know why I say that. Not your cheese, actually, at all. Yeah, I'm talking fried bacon,
Yep.
grilled mushroom, tomato, sausages, eggs, just that big boy breakfast. Get that in you.
So we're on the same page with that one.
Yeah,
Yep.
eat, like, a massive breakfast and then just be still for a few hours, like binge watch a show, and then boom, come out of it just like you. Afternoon rolls around, have a little beer, ease into it, and then you are just blissful.
Yep. The beer is definitely the thing that caps it, I would say.
It's necessary. It really is.
Do you have, because I mean, this is what happened to me this morning, and I find this happens to me quite a bit. You get up and then you're like, wow, I dodged a bullet there, it's feeling that bad. And then about half an hour later, all of a sudden,
yeah, it comes in waves.
Yeah,
for sure. Like hangovers are like the ocean in that sense. Like there's tides, man. There definitely is. It's high and low tides when you're hungover. I've noticed that this morning big time. Immediately waking up, just like I felt like there was someone had driven a nail between my forehead and like through the pillow. But then you kind of have a couple of Panadols, a couple of Nurofen, bit of breakfast, thinking, it isn't so bad. But then you do like a quick movement because you're excited about the day. Right. And then you realise like, oh no, I can't get away with that at all. Like, oh, that's foul. Have you ever had a night where you've just hit the lash really hard, you've had one too many bottles, and in the morning you've said the words, I'll never drink again?
No, I don't think I've been realistic with myself. I definitely really feel like I'm not going to drink for a while.
Yeah.
But I've always known, like, okay, you'll be back to fight another day, man.
Dude.
You'll be all right. I'm a realist, you know. Yeah. I don't succumb to emotion with that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I've had some bad. Have you found you've got better with your hangovers as you've gotten older though? Because I remember there was some when I was a kid where I just went. Yeah. Oh man, like it feels like it's seeping through every pore in my body. I remember once, this is probably my worst I think I've ever had. I just remember the pain of it. So it was when I was about 14, 15 years old.
Right.
And my friend scored some vodka, and we went over to his place to, you know, have the bottle of vodka.
Have the vodka.
The thing is, like, before then, I had become, like, a bit experienced with, like, rum and bourbon. Like, me and my friend would sometimes sneak some on Friday nights.
Yep.
And we're not talking about anything crazy. We're just talking about, like, a few shots. But, like, they're way harder on you in terms of, like, viscerally, like, being like, ooh, that's burning me.
Yeah. Well, it's like fucking nail polish. It's
yeah.
Or drinking, like, just the smell of Vivids.
Yeah.
Vodka's insane.
Well, no, I'm saying vodka was, like, not that bad.
Oh, really?
Like, I find
vodka one of the worst.
Oh, really? I find bourbon to be much more, like, whoa. So anyway, I was sort of used to what I perceive as the harder one.
Yep.
And the vodka was kind of like, oh, you know, that's a bit, you know.
You overdo it.
So I was like, haha, I don't care, guys.
Yeah,
like,
dude.
see, look what a bad man I am. And they were like, oh, wow, Matt, what a legend.
Yeah.
Until Matt wasn't a fucking legend anymore.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Matt was like a lowly peasant
That's
crawling to the toilet. That's the only time I've actually literally crawled to the toilet too. I could not stand, and I was just pulling myself. And then the next morning, I walked home like I smelt like a homeless person. It was it was bad.
Yeah.
What's your worst hangover?
Worst ever? I think the worst one I've ever had was in Thailand. Had a massive night on. They have this real cheap whiskey over there called Mekong.
Everything's cheaper in Thailand.
And it costs it's like 10 New Zealand dollars for a litre.
That's asking for trouble.
It's just going to make you go blind, eh? Like, it is heavy, man. But you mix that, you get that, and then you get your bottle of Coke, and then you're set for the night, get like a bag of ice, sweet as. Had a night of that, and it was like during the night, it actually seemed like, I was like, I don't know, like, I didn't black out. Like, I still remember what we did and stuff, but just because it is like the lowest grade of alcohol, borderline, just like petrol, like whiskey-flavoured petrol, woke up in the morning, just feeling like hell on earth. Over there, it's humid as shit, so it was like
even worse. Yeah,
34 degrees.
Yeah, right.
The heat, the aircon wasn't working, so we were just sweating bullets. And that day, we had booked a real intensive like adventure pack where like they take you out on a boat, and then you go snorkeling with some leopard sharks, and then you go to the beach where the beach is filmed. You go to there. And it's just a lot of like watery motion the entire time, and like I got taken out. I was already feeling pretty nauseous, fucking pounding head, trying to drill waters. And over there they have these things called hydration packs. So I'd had about like 6 of those. Like usually you have one just because you're feeling a bit thirsty, and just trying to do anything to combat this thing. Got taken out snorkeling. We jump in the water. And then I'm not wearing my snorkel mask, right? So then just immediately swallow a bunch of salt water, already feeling fucking nauseous, start projectile vomiting everywhere in the water.
Oh, man.
There's no one around me. But what happens is, like, because all of a sudden I'm vomiting all this, like, food, all these fish swarm to me, like this massive school of fish come up.
Oh, the fish.
And they start eating it, and the thought of them eating my vomit makes me feel even sicker. So I'm like, I'm vomiting because they're eating my vomit, and they're eating my vomit because I'm vomiting, and it's just this like disgusting,
vicious cycle.
Vicious cycle.
Yeah,
a disgusting vicious. I've spat everywhere. Tell that story. Worst hangover ever though, and then got back in the boat, and I actually thought I was going to die that day. Like we then got to this island, really nice, beautiful place, and that's the thing as well. Like when you feel that way and you're in a beautiful location, it makes you feel even worse because you can't appreciate any of it. Like I was sitting in fucking paradise, and all I was thinking was like, I just wish this fucking fly would get off my face. There's this one that just kept landing right on my cheek in the same spot.
A little hangover fly.
And it was the
I
worst.
know you've got a hangover, so I'm gonna make you as annoyed as possible.
He knew it, man.
Yeah.
He knew it. That fucking fly. That was his one agenda. So that would be my worst hangover, definitely.
Do you think fish can vomit?
Like in water, or just at any time?
Well, I mean naturally in water. Because they're fish, man.
I'm going to say no. Because I reckon they like must swallow a lot of salt water, and their bodies like build up a like defense against that. Because like with us, like if we swallow too much salt water, we just vomit naturally.
Right.
But I think fish, because they live in it, they must have like a defense against that, like a strong.
And they're kind of in the same motion all the time, right? Too, because we get like vomity and nauseous because of motion sickness and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But a fish doesn't really have that much variance, does it? I mean, maybe if it's like running away from a shark.
Maybe they can.
It's like, oh, it went a bit fast then.
Should I Google it?
Can fish vomit? Yeah, why not? We'll cut to the answer. Just as you're typing it though, stop at V to see if Google guesses this question. Can fish v?
Yeah. Okay. What we've got is what's popped up after typing in can fish. Just do you want V or VO?
V.
Just V. Okay. Top answer. Can fish vomit?
Really?
So we're not the only ones.
Yeah, okay.
Amazing that happens. The second one, can fish vocalise? And then the next one, can vegetarians fish? Can vegans fish? And then the last one, can vacuum fish pumps?
Can vacuum fish pumps? Wow.
The fuck? I don't know.
I find it funny that vomit's higher than
curveball.
vocalise, because I would have sworn vocalise would be a higher answer. I'm going to say vegetarians. I think that depends with vegans and vegetarians.
Somebody here
right?
claiming that goldfish are bulimic. I don't know about that, to be honest.
Like
They do get fed fucking terrible food, by the way. Have you ever smelled like goldfish flakes? It smells like smeg. It's fucking disgusting. It smells like a dirty dick. And that's all they eat every day.
That's the second time you've said something smells like smeg. on the show. This makes a common smell reference for you. It seems.
Well, it's such a distinct one.
Do you think did you say it was dolphins that vomit? Or bulimic?
No, goldfish are bulimic.
Goldfish are bulimic.
On the Yahoo Answers.
Do you think it's because the goldfish see other slender goldfish and they have unrealistic expectations about their kind of naturally circular goldfish body?
They have to find little gills and
Yeah. So they try to get out of that fish food.
I'm watching a video now about a little fish. He's eating some flakes. It's called Fish Throwing Up, and he is yet to throw up. So I'm starting to think that maybe fish can't throw up. No, they can. He's just throwing up.
He did?
He's throwing up.
What does it look like?
He's throwing up flakes. He is. This is a little fish in a bowl.
Yeah.
So I think they can. With case closed.
Did the flakes come out and then they kind of was it projectile or describe it for us?
It was kind of spilled out on the water, but then he just started eating it anyway because he's still hungry.
So he re-ate the vomit.
Yeah.
What a filthy fucking pigfish.
He's got no choice, man. This is not a man in his natural environment. He's in a bowl.
Yeah, it's probably.
Then the hand of God comes over and drops the smeg flakes for him to eat just so he survives.
Yeah, that
what a terrible life.
I guess me judging him was that was my white mammal privilege coming through.
Yeah. Definitely is.
All right.
Mammal privilege, eh?
Yeah.
Hashtag mammal privilege.
Do you think it's ready for the second?
I think so.
Yep.
I
okay.
reckon we are. I think we are.
For the first time ever, we're going to do...
Lightning does strike twice, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, very good, Tom. I like that. Yeah, the first ever lightning round combo, the second lightning round of the week. So, Tom, are you ready?
The
lightning round.
Look at his power. Lightning!
I'm going first, aren't I?
No, me.
It's your turn. Okay, go. Yep.
Now, question number 1 in the lightning round, Matthew. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready. Go.
Put on your seatbelt, because I just want to make sure you don't fly through this windscreen.
Click. Go on.
Now, you're certain that you are ready?
Let's go to the wall.
Go to the wall? What the fuck?
Because I have a seatbelt, so, I'm ready to fucking boom. All right, yep.
Okay, question number 1. Why do you drink?
Because it helps cure my hangover.
Ah, interesting. Different answer than you had earlier today.
Yeah, well, different context.
Question number 2. You can drink as much as you like and you'll never be hungover, but at a cost. Joseph Parker will hit you right in the dick and balls once a year.
Oh,
do you
done.
take the hangovers or the J. Parker hit to the testes?
Taking the hit to the testes. That's because it's once a year, dude.
Oh, but over a lifetime, you're gonna be virile.
Oh, I was just assuming because of the sort of magical world kind of context of these hypotheticals that it was just, it was just the pain of it. But I guess because of physical damage. Okay, no, I'll take the hangover. I can live with it. I can live with it now. I reverse. Okay. That's the first lightning round reversal.
Would you rather be super hungover for the rest of your life or hangover a pit of snakes by your fingertips while being tickled by Joseph Parker?
I thought it was going to be lightning strikes for a second, but then when it got to the crazy part, it's not. Sorry, another first ever. Can you repeat that question? That was a lot of detail.
Would you rather be hungover for the rest of your life or hang over a pit of snakes by your fingertips whilst being tickled by Joseph Parker?
For the rest of my life, or just once?
No, just once off. So you got to hold on.
No, I'll do that. Yeah.
Not so scared of snakes.
That's fine. No. That's just going to tickle and be weird and scary and shit. That's fine.
Fair days. All
right, cool.
And the final one.
Right.
The final one. Every time you're hungover, one celebrity magically appears at your side and remains there until your next drink. Who is it?
Oh, fuck, man. Jesus. Jennifer Lawrence.
Yeah.
Sure.
You have survived the lightning round.
I think that wasn't creative enough, though. And honestly, I think that there's more attractive women out there as well. I just couldn't think of anything. Not that she's not attractive. Don't get me wrong. It's just out of everyone I could possibly pick, I just feel like I went for the starlet of the week. Okay, Tom, are you ready?
Yep, ooh,
the lightning round. It's gonna sting. God, fuck, God, Jesus, you're in trouble. All right. Big hangover or blind drunk for the rest of your life?
Blind drunk.
Okay, that seems like the answer, but I think you're going to regret it.
Nah, definitely blind drunk, man. I'm not going to be a successful guy, but I'm not going to be in pain all the time. I want to be fucking...
I feel like you get numb to it. And like your career, your career's over if you're blind drunk for the rest of your life.
True.
But anyway, you got to live with it. You make the decisions you make, man. You wake up in Zimbabwe with not a penny on you. You got no idea how you wound up there.
Penniless.
Big night last night, mate. How do you get home?
From Zimbabwe?
Yeah.
Ooh, okay. Start selling fish. At the local village.
Yep, okay.
And build up a fishy empire.
Go fish.
And then,
Go fish, tell them.
I don't even know, I know nothing about Zimbabwe.
I think that's as good of a plan as any, my friend. I hope it's not as war-torn as it used to be. All right. You get $1 million if you can cure the world's most hungover person on any given day. No alcohol or drugs can be involved. What do you do? What remedy do you come up with?
Blowjob and or cunnilingus, depending on their downstairs operation.
Right, okay, so you just kind of pleasure them out of it. I like it.
Yeah.
Tom, you are hungover man. What's your power?
Oh, hungover man. Okay, I can turn into the size of an airport hangar.
No good? It took me a while to get that one.
No good? And also, side power, that or a coat hanger. It's up to me, whatever's most useful at the time.
Hungover man. Okay, yeah, you played the words there. Nice. Okay.
No good?
Good enough.
Not a useful superhero, but I wouldn't want to be, because then there's a fucking lot of responsibility.
Tom, I say it begrudgingly, but
I want small power, small responsibility.
Hey, that's fair. You don't have to go out beating criminals every day when you're just doing that.
Yeah, dude.
All right, Tom, I say it begrudgingly, but I think you have, again, survived the lightning round.
Yes, dude. Which means of this two-parter, this big fucking epic that we've done. Mm-hmm. Just rewritten Lord of the Rings here, Matthew. How do you feel?
Been a bit of a bender, man.
She's been hard work.
Yep. Oh, well, I think our audience has stuck with us through the last 4 episodes, and they deserved
a little treat.
A little bit extra. We're not saying we're going to do it every week, guys, but, sometimes we treat you.
To cap it off, the opening song.
The song,
Can you remember what we did?
Good. Sounds like a plan. Last night we drank a bit too much.
No, we're hungover.
Oh, fuck me. We're
Matt
so
and Tom.
close. We're going so well.
With Matt and...
Yeah, it's Matt and Tom.
And
fuck off.